We're covering. I just wanted to give you some tips on how I do it and if you remember that big battery, that 24 volt battery pack I built for the uninterruptible power supply, the one I was previously using, the big long pink thing. I want to give you some tips about when you're making battery packs, right? How I do it to optimize the cell balance. First of all, one of the most common things that happens with these batteries is because of the way these batteries that are used in laptops are built, the ones in the center usually get usually heat up more than the ones at the end, right? Because the ends get more cooling. Now, there's another issue though. The ones at the bottom are often the ones which power the circuit board. That's the battery management circuit board that's in these packs. So what you have is the two bottom cells are usually weaker than the ones at the top, or I should say the one at the right at the top. And the one in the middle tends to be slightly weaker. And the ones at the very top usually are the better cells. So the way you do it is you stagger them. So let's say I was building a new battery pack. Because of the way these are assembled, they're in threes, right? So what you do is you split the pack, then you put the weak cell in slot 1 on your new battery module that you're building. Then you put one of the cells from the middle in the middle of the battery box in parallel, obviously in parallel, right? If you're building a new battery pack, you want to use these all in parallel, right? Because they're not equal. Because the one at the bottom is weak and the one at the top is stronger, right? So what you do is use a weak one in slot 1, use the middle one in the middle of that pack, and then use the strong one at this end here, right? So by doing that, you've actually equalized the strength of this particular pack in one parallel pack, right? The next phase is quite simple. You get another one of these, so say number 2 of these, and you do the same with another battery pack. You get the weakest one, you put it in there, then you get the middle one, put it in there, then you get the strong one, you put it in there, right? So they should equalize out. Now, provided that the amp hours rating is the same on all the batteries, which is important, when you build a new battery pack, it should be equalized, because you're mixing the weak ones with the strong ones, right? So they equalize. And when you assemble a new battery pack, when you make a new one, say you've got 6 cells, you want to use 6 in 6S, right? So I use 6 of these, right? Sorry, 3 of these, sorry. 3S, sorry, I'm thinking 3S, 3 series. You use 3 of these and you'd have them stacked. And then what you've got to do then is you've got to charge each one of them up. And you've got to then, using a balance charger, not a balance charger, a battery management system, to see how many amp hours are actually in that pack, right? Then you measure the second one of these, which is number 2 or number 3, whatever. You measure how many amp hours are in that one before it turns off. Because I use my oh shit, tripping over stuff. I use my Turnology to measure amp hours in and amp hours out, right? Or what's, you know. So if any one of the modules, if any one of these modules is weaker than the other and one module stronger, you've got to do a little bit of juggling. So you might take the middle cell from this one and put it in, and take the middle cell from the other one and swap them around and check to see if they're balanced. You basically charge them up to the maximum using the balance, using the battery management system. until it stops, and then you put it into discharge mode and bring it down to the storage level, which is, those terminologies do that. You bring it down to storage level voltage, which is usually 3.5 volts or something. And by doing that, you find out when all battery modules are all equal, right? When you've done that, then you can start thinking about using a balance module, a battery management system, you know, in it. That's what I basically did with my 24 volt when I got them all very, very close. They're all pretty well matched. It also helps, obviously, if you're using newer batteries and not using really old, depleted batteries. You don't want batteries which overheat when you're charging them or get hot when you're discharging them, because those cells are usually dead anyway. So anyway, I thought I'd give you some ideas and tips on the best ways of building your own battery pack box if you want to recycle cells, you know. So anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is to help you, and also to remind myself, because I do forget things sometimes, and because I am planning on building the new circuit, as I talked previously about the 3 series and 3 parallel system. So obviously each one of these trays will be a set of 3 parallel. So and then I'll be using 2 trays for the series or parallel system. So I've got plenty of them here for that, doing that. So anyway, just wanted to go over that because, as I say, I've been planning on doing this, and I need to get my some out of my ass and get on with it. But I will get there. I've just been so tied up with other things, and so yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps you to understand how I work out and get the best configuration. Okay, right, that's it for now.